Good morning, and welcome to this week's edition of Marquette in Motion. We're your hosts, Elise Kilberg
and Rachel Rowan.
Now, some of you may be wondering where the usual Saturday morning voices are. Well, as you may have heard, Marquette's girls basketball team has not only made it to state, but advanced at state.
Looking back on the week, the players left for Des Moines directly after school on Tuesday, played an amazing game on Wednesday, drove home Wednesday night, went to school Thursday, practiced right after school, then headed out promptly after practice on Thursday, staying in Des Moines overnight for Friday and Saturday's games.
And since state brings our players, cheerleaders, and fans to Des Moines, that left none of our regular reporters here at school to record. That's right, Marquette's very own Miranda Peters, Hallie Kilberg, and Macy Kramer are all players on the basketball team, while Justina Denlinger and Amy Sieverding are cheerleaders, and also were state-bound. So because they were a little preoccupied, we had to take over.
No worries, though. We assure you that you are in very good hands on this Saturday morning.
And that's the other thing. As our regular reporters forget to inform you sometimes, we record the show during the week, not live on Saturdays.
So, as of right now, we know that the girls were able to pull off a team win against Clarksville on Wednesday.
What we do not know yet, however, is how the team did, or rather will do, on Friday afternoon.
So, although we can't give you details from Friday's game, or tell you whether we're in the championship game Saturday night, we'll give you details from Wednesday's game.
Marquette started off the game a bit slow in the first quarter, as the Indians originally started the game with the score being 6-2.
Throughout the first quarter, the Indians led by as many as 5 points. There was also a bit of foul trouble that began in the first quarter.
Luckily for the Mohawks, however, due to their deep bench, they were able to sub often enough to keep those in foul trouble from becoming too close to that 5th mark.
After a tight first half, the Mohawks took to the locker room with a 29-26 lead, as the Indians were able to go on a 7-0 run within the last minutes of the first half.
The Mohawk girls were able to come out with fire in the third, as they began it with a 7-0 run of their own. Even later in the third quarter, the girls went on an 11-0 run to spread the lead even more.
Senior Lizzie Parker ended the game with an impressive 19 points. Macy Kramer and Miranda Peters each scored 14 for the Mohawks, and together Tori Mickle and Tiana Richmond earned 25 rebounds.
Way to go, girls! Jeb and Garrett will be here with you next week discussing Friday and possibly Saturday's games.
But don't you worry, we'll be here in segment 2 and possibly 3 with more of this week's special show. Don't go away! Welcome back to Marquette in Motion. With all of the recent snow days and all the trips to and from Des Moines, the Marquette family is really getting a chance to catch up on their reading.
We took to the halls to find out what books our students and faculty were reading. Here are some of their great reads.
I'm Gwen Davis, and I'm a senior, and the last book I read was called A Monster Calls, and it's about a boy who's having these nightmares, and this monster that's like a tree keeps visiting him because his mom is sick, and he wants to reveal the truth.
Hi, my name is Gwen Schrader. My favorite book is Dave Won't Be Getting Cabin Fever, and it's about this middle schooler that goes on a trip to a cabin with some friends, and then he escapes.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Coburg, and I'm the kindergarten teacher, and the book I'm currently reading is called The Good Neighbor, The Life and Work of Fred Rogers. It's a biography of Fred Rogers by Maxwell King, and the book really showcases the life of Mr. Rogers and how much of an influence he had, how much of a genius he was, and kind of his unwavering need to ensure that early childhood education meets the highest of standards.
My name is Skylar Sieverding, and my favorite book is Wonder. It's about a boy who has a lot of surgeries and goes to school for his first time.
My name is Elena DeSoto, and my favorite book is Autumn Falls. It's about this girl whose dad dies, so she has to move away from her old home, and she has to try to fit in.
Hi, I'm Holly Beecham, and I'm in 9th grade, and the book that I've read recently is Crime and Punishment, and in that book, the main character, Raskolnikov, murders someone and battles with his inner demons during his personal life.
Hi, my name is Daniel Otting. I'm a freshman in high school, and the book I am reading is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, which is about Harry trying to find objects to kill Lord Voldemort, the evil villain.
I'm Mr. Bishop. I teach high school English here at Marquette. A book that I'm reading right now / recently is called An Ember in the Ashes. It's about a girl who goes to a school of assassins, and she realizes that this school was really just completely destroying a whole class of society, and she starts to have regrets about that kind of action. So then she works with other people to try and upend the governmental system and the school as well.
I'm Katherine Heimbach. I'm in 11th grade here at Marquette, and the book I'm currently reading is The Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. It's the third part of a series, and it's about a girl trying to discover why her parents were killed, and it's kind of forbidden romance and a lot of mythological creatures and everything. It's really interesting and really good for anyone who likes fantasy.
My name is Sunny North. I'm a senior, and I'm reading the book Zoo, and it's about a scientist who is studying a genetic change in animals worldwide.
Hi, I'm Mr. Peterson, a fifth grade teacher. The last book I read is For Whom the Bell Tolls. It's by Ernest Hemingway, and it talks a little bit about the trials and tribulations of an ambulance driver during World War I.
My name is Dylan, and I like Dogman and Cat Kid, and it's about Dogman finding a little cat, and he named him Cat Kid.
Thanks, everyone. Now, if you can read between the lines, you probably know what's coming up next, a commercial break. Stay tuned. We'll be back after these messages from our sponsors. Welcome back to Marquette in Motion. Elise is here now with her interview with our principal, Mr. Jeff Kaiser.
And we're back with Marquette in Motion. Today we're interviewing Mr. Kaiser, our principal. So, with all the snow days and our girls' team making it to state, you've made some really cool videos. Can you tell us about the inspiration for those?
Well, thank you, Elise, for the comments and the compliments on the videos. I enjoy making the videos. When I was in college, I used to make some videos for YouTube for a short amount of time. But those videos helped me learn how to create and how to put something like that together. And Marquette has a little recording studio. There's a group of principals in the area that were making videos, singing songs to let students know about schools being canceled. And I thought, I think I can put something together like that. And so that was the inspiration for it. I really enjoy the music. The only problem with it is sometimes those nights get pretty late putting a video like that together and recording it. But the good news is if we don't have school the next day, I might be able to sleep in for an extra 20 minutes or so.
You've had a lot of views on Facebook, so the great word about Marquette is really spreading. What can you tell us about the future of Marquette?
Great question. Yes, and those videos have gotten quite a few views. I think overall on our snow day videos, we've gotten over 30,000 different people that have watched those, which I just get a kick out of. But Marquette is obviously a lot more than just making fun videos. There's so much good that's going on at our school. And actually next year already we're anticipating such a large kindergarten class that we're going to be hiring another kindergarten teacher to help meet the needs of these students. So there's really good things that are happening, and our future looks very, very bright. And that's more of what I'm interested in. Getting the word out there about Marquette is certainly important, but the curriculum, the care that we have for our students, the opportunity to learn in faith-based education, those things are so much more important. I think more and more people are realizing just how important that is, and are really looking at Marquette and considering Marquette to be an option to have their kids learn and grow and develop as young adults and young people.
Now that winter sports are wrapping up, are you looking forward to spring sports?
Absolutely. Spring sports, although I love basketball and we've had a lot of excitement with our girls basketball team, spring sports is where I get my opportunity to coach. And I was a track athlete when I was at Loras College, and I've coached track now for just about every year since then. I think there's 1 year out of the last 22 years where I wasn't involved in a track program in some capacity. And so I look very, very forward to the spring sports and coaching track again. Of course, I'm also looking forward to our soccer team and our golf teams and see what they're able to accomplish. So spring sports, I'm looking forward just to nicer weather. So if that's not another reason to look forward to spring sports, I don't know what is. I'm looking very forward to the upcoming spring sports season.
Thanks, Mr. Kaiser. Now looking ahead to next week. The girls' basketball 1A championship game will be held tonight at Wells Fargo Arena at 7 o'clock.
On Tuesday, March 5th, a Mardi Gras celebration will be held for grades K through 8.
Wednesday will be Ash Wednesday.
Saturday, March 9th, will be the state individual speech contest.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Until next time we have to sub, this has been Elise Kilberg
and Rachel Rowan
for Marquette in Motion.